everybody. Welcome back to the Bridging the Gap podcast. This is our final podcast. We have some amazing people here, and we are going to go ahead and get right into this. How are y'all today?
Good. Excited.
Yes.
Excited.
This is going to be a good one. We got all of y'all here. Like, we got the movers in here.
Yeah.
The movers and the shakers.
Yeah.
So good.
Yes. So if you guys just want to go ahead and introduce yourselves, we'll start right here.
I am Jurea Crudup. I am the CEO of Awaken Foundation.
Yeah.
I am Johnny Ferguson, the lead instructor of the Awaken Foundation and owner of JRCB.
Nice.
Carolyn Ferguson, the wife. Yeah, help me. Everybody clap. No. The wife of John Ferguson. I am the case manager / the co-founder of Job Ready Construction Bootcamp with him. And yeah, that's what we are.
So tell us, this began with you and Johnny, right? You met him first?
I met Johnny first
Okay.
at the hospital.
Okay.
No. She met me first at her dad's record shop.
Oh, this goes way back.
we went
Way
way back.
back. Look, oops. This goes way back. Oops. Okay, so tell us about that.
Well, I used to come in, Sonny Crudup's
Yeah.
record. I used to come in and buy my CDs and albums back then. One day, Sonny had his daughter, Jurea, back in the back, and I thought that was like, man, this is so cool. And she used little her and little Bree.
Yeah.
And little Bree,
Yeah.
her sister. So they used to give me all my CDs and all my albums and tapes. So that goes, we go
Yeah,
way back.
we do go way
Did he
back.
say
I forgot
tapes?
about that.
You said
Tapes.
Yeah,
Oh,
tapes.
yeah.
Tapes.
Cassettes.
So we going way back.
45s.
Yeah, we do go way back.
Good old days.
Yeah. That's when music was music.
That's when music was music.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah.
So, and her dad, honestly, was an inspiration to me. He showed me what being a black man in the community, owning his own business.
Yeah.
So that going in there and getting the knowledge and just having that, not just going in and buying CDs, it was going in and getting some education, some knowledge, you know. So, big ups to him.
I mean, growing up, seriously, we didn't know any black business owners.
Boxes.
Wow. Boxes.
It was very few.
Yeah.
It really
Yeah.
was. So
Yeah.
to see him come
Yeah.
and chase a dream that he had from Chicago and bring it to Rockford, I just thought it was awesome.
But the thing about Sonny's was you got knowledge. You know, you wasn't just going in and buying a rib sandwich. You know, you was going, uppity dog. You know,
Yeah, forgot about uppity dog. Yeah, we did have hot dogs.
But-
We
but
did.
yeah,
We did.
So it seems like there's a lot of community and a lot of culture that has really grown from the beginning of you guys meeting each other also into what you've built now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I would definitely agree with that. If I had to say of how paths cross, you never know.
Yeah.
Because my dad was the one that told me that our bridges would cross at one time. So he knew what the Fergusons were doing.
Yeah.
I had heard about it, but it never crossed. And I remember him making a call. You heard from Johnny or Carolyn? Yeah. And I was like, no, but I did see they're working, working on some stuff.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, don't worry about it. Y'all paths are going to cross.
And he wasn't wrong.
And he wasn't wrong. So then when I was like, you'll never believe who just called me. And he was like, who? I was like, Carolyn.
Wow.
He said, I told you. And so our synergy was just from there. And Carolyn was like, Jurea Crudup? And I was like, yeah, this is me. This is me. And we made a connection. She came in that next week. She was trying to fill me out, like, let me see who she really. And after that, I think we just it did. When I say worked out.
Family. It felt like family.
It felt good.
Yeah.
That's the feeling that you get with being around you guys, especially when you're working with the students, is family. Now, how has the I'll call it a family ship, if I may, a family ship turned into how you guys work with an Awaken and work with the students? Because oftentimes people only see the surface level of what you all do, but let's be real, working with the students gets real from helping them with their life, from things that are going at home, really hearing their stories, mentoring them. What has all of that look like?
If I'll go first. I would like to say though, and this is genuine.
Yeah.
Carolyn has brought a lot of sauce to the table. I if I had to say, if we could have had 4 or 5 of her in our office to be able to be over others, I feel like she like opens the door in so many different capacities. Yeah. And when I say that, look, I ain't gonna look at her, but when I do say that,
tears are allowed.
It's from me to what she does daily, to what she does with the students, parents. I mean, you know, so she's, and not only that, she goes out in the community center. So it might be a little kid crying, you know, you just never know. So I feel like sometimes she is just that person that comes in, but she's the octopus of everything. You know, she is able to save us all in some kind of way, or, you know, all right, everybody just take a moment, or, you know, she's even having conversations outside of the conversations, you know, just bringing us all together. So I feel like she is definitely our glue. Yeah, she is definitely our glue.
What is she?
I mean, I'm gonna call her.
What's the name y'all have for her?
What's her name?
We call her Jesus. Jesus. That's me and Johnny's little nickname for her. So, you know, so we know when the door open and they'll peek in my office, but they really looking for Jesus. You know, like they looking for her. So I be like, she coming back. She coming. Okay, I'll wait for her. That's what they'll tell me. I'll wait for you. So,
how does it feel for you to hear that?
It feels good.
Yeah.
It does. It just feel like I try to walk in my purpose.
Yeah.
And so to hear, you know, that I'm nailing it.
Which is good.
Sounds good. Yes, it does. Because we care. We all care in our own capacities.
Yeah.
So our students are well rounded from all of us when they come to us. Though.
You all talk a lot about the synergy between you. How did it happen? Like, and what keeps the synergy going? I know some, like between events, students, parents, things can get hectic real quick, and you guys are dealing with a lot. Like, you're dealing with real people every single day. So how do you guys keep that synergy going?
I think that Jurea's good leadership, though.
Yeah.
I like how when things really need to be, when the plane really needs to be landed, she's the pilot.
Yeah.
So we'll go to her with situations and things, and she has the sauce that we need. We always talk about the sauce.
We do.
You know, but she has the sauce. I love hearing her talk to a class when it first starts.
Yeah.
When she walks out and have that initial conversation with her. They know right then and there why she's in this, because her heart is truly in it.
Yeah.
And from that point on, I think she sets the stage for us to move forward.
It was told to us years ago that a young person, we was going to get involved with a young person that's going to take us to our next step.
Oh, wow.
And a lot of young people has came into our lives. Like, that's him, that's her, that's him. And it's like, we finally realized, because getting to her, getting us together, a lot of things happened that was ugly to us.
Yeah.
And to find out that she was that person that we've been asking for, because Carolyn's good at what she does.
Yeah.
And Miss J is good at what she does. Yeah. And they can't do them both because they get burnt out, right?
Yeah.
But now they split it. And she's flowing and she's flowing. So now I know she is that person that's been sent to us, because we're soaring. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's just unreal. I'm a spiritual person, right? A lot of things has been shown to me, and I'm beginning to see it.
Yeah.
The things that I went through, to me, was devastating. And to see everything from having different students come in and wanting to talk to Carolyn, and Jurea being that other person that Jesus will look at it one way, and Miss J will look at the other way.
Yeah.
And it brings us together, you know. So it's just unreal.
If our hallway could talk.
If our hallway
could talk.
I'd probably be in trouble.
We would all be in trouble. We meet in the hallway. You know, we love it. You know,
moments.
Yeah. We meet in the hallway. So it does. I think too, just off of what they're saying, the balance. It was, you know, you can be on something and you can be teeter-tottering, but I feel like we have that balance right now. And going back to what Johnny's saying, somebody sent, but then my father saying the same thing. So it was the energy that was in the room that had to come together. So I really feel like it came together, but it came together in a way that I think we all see.
Yeah.
Everybody on the team sees it now, you know, from it being me and Q at the beginning, you know, and just seeing how things have blossomed.
Yeah.
But I believe now as we get ready to get prepared for 2026, I think it's going to be even more.
Yeah.
We try not to put too much out there because at the same time, you know, every level comes a devil.
Yeah.
So we all have our, you know, we all have identity.
Yeah.
You know, we've identified some behind the scene people that come in and try to look behind the curtain.
Yeah.
But we've learned how to bring our curtain back together and meet in the hallway. So that's our thing. You know, we meet in the hallway, and if something's trying to wreak havoc in our hallway, we come together to talk about it.
True.
Yeah.
Because there's times Miss J be telling me, Johnny, you feel that? I'm like, I feel like, did you feel like that? Yeah, okay, don't feel good. We ain't going down that road. We ain't going down that road.
Yeah.
And then I say,
She's just like, give him a chance. Well, you know, I think, y'all, we probably just need to, and both of us look at each other. Nah, we good. We good.
Yeah.
You know, we have to keep going with this one.
She-
that little different angle of it.
Yeah.
Jesus is the type of person you can say, don't go down that hallway
Yeah.
because somebody down there with a bat. Jesus is going to go down that hallway to find out where
Lord
is
got me
he?
protected.
Where is it? There's nobody down here. And then all of a sudden she come back with a knot and an imprint of a bat on her
Lord
head.
gonna heal it real fast.
It's the truth.
It's the truth. So
You have to have that synergy and multiple perspectives based, you know, on your experiences, because you guys work with so many different people and you have real moments with students. Like, what is that like? Because you all are dealing with students who are misunderstood. You're dealing with students who life is really lifing for them.
Yes.
And people have really, unfortunately, just underestimated them and kind of threw them to the wayside. So you all are not even just their second chance, but a lot of times y'all are giving students hope. Well, what is that like on an everyday basis?
I think we all can answer this one in our own way.
Yeah.
From where a mother has called me and talked about a second chance. And we've given them the second chance. But the student comes in and he doesn't understand that it really is a second chance for him until he meets us. And sees that I really can believe in them. And then we become Miss Carolyn, Mr. Johnny, but we become their friends. So we meeting them at a level that we're not looking down on them to tell them, nah, this how you do. We meet them where they're at. And I think that gives them that growth. You know, we've seen a lot of flowers bloom from just being in the room with them, but making relationships. My relationship might be different. And then they've learned to say something with Carolyn, something with Johnny, and then they'll bring us all together. But it's in the way that they believe us. Like they feel like, okay, my mom said this, but I really got to see it and experience in a different way, you know? So I feel really good about some of our connections. And I mean, we of course, we throw our nicknames. We didn't have the president. We didn't have Goldie. And, you know, so but I feel like they end up loving us. We have people right now coming back in. I miss y'all so much. You know, I miss y'all so much. Or, you know, showing up to get, oh my God, y'all came to our graduation, you know? So I feel like we make a different type of impact, but an impact that we want it to stay. We want you to be able to have an open door. If you got a situation, you got nobody else to come talk to us. Even if you're done with the class, you know, that's the relationships I feel like we build.
That's a real safe space.
I just try to exude my wisdom because I think all of us at an age where we can give our students a lot of wisdom. So we start our class off with word of the day, and when we pull that word of the day, we go around the room and we talk about it. We have a discussion about it. And then at the end, we normally wrap everything up with our wisdom on top of the conversation, just to make sure that our students learn something every day about themselves, what they can do, how they can grow, give them more confidence and stuff like that, give them more belief in themselves.
I think I pretty much like give them that, say it with your chest versus mumbling something. I am the nicknamer because I'm with them a lot.
And then, no, that's squeaky over there. Squeaky.
Right,
He just goes over the name that fits.
It does. It really does. It
always
fits.
fits.
We didn't have a Sparky. She liked electrical.
She wanted
So,
to be
you know,
electrician, so she
so she became Sparky. You know,
That's
so
true.
and it does. It fits.
It really seems like you guys have these family moments, and in a sense, you're really, if I can, substitute parents in a sense. How do you balance that? Because a lot of what you're talking about is truthfully the wisdom, the knowledge, but when you come to this program, there's no excuses.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And it seems like you have a very much no nonsense tolerant here. You're here for a reason. This is what you're going to do. But how did you maintain that balance between you're not misunderstood here. We are here to help you, but we're not going to let you have excuses. How do you guys go about that?
Conversation and respect. You got to show them respect because one thing about the YNs, you have to respect them. But if you come at them reckless, you're going to get reckless back.
Mr. Johnny, who taught you YN?
I know, that's what I said.
I'm around them. Look, I'm around them.
Listen.
Yeah, but
it's real though.
Like you just said, you didn't say it, but it keeps me young. It keeps me in
Yes,
there.
it does.
So when I get a little bit from that class, I can take it to the next. So now there's like, I'm on their level, but I still have to have that respect that they give to me, and I give that back to them.
I love that. I love that because a lot of times you hear so many students talking about that, especially younger people, that they don't get the respect. So the fact that you all are giving that respect and expecting it, like we're giving you respect and we're expecting you to give us respect and not just demanding it. I think that makes it easy to work with them. With Carolyn
and we have to remember they're coming to us with past challenges. So I got to remember where they're coming from to take them to where I want them to go. So sometimes we have to pivot in the middle to make sure that we're keeping a good balance on trying to move them forward.
And how does that go sometimes? Because sometimes it seems like you may have a vision for them that they might not be able to see themselves, or they may not be able to see the possibilities. So obviously, with the words of encouragement, with being there for them. How if a student were to come and say, I'm interested in the Awaken program, and what's different from the Awaken program and maybe other programs that they have tried, what is one thing that y'all would say?
I like how personal we are. I think we're more engaged, more personal, more outcome driven.
I love that.
So that's one thing I think would make us
I think too, if I had to look at it too, to say when she says outcome, we love to collect data. We want to continue to collect because data tells the story. Exactly. I can have a number, but what am I doing with that number? That's true. Right. And I think that's going to be our 2026 model is being more driven to not letting the student be a number, but what are the challenges that they have that we can answer the number? Because we didn't see where people push numbers. We've heard at round tables of where it's another pre-apprenticeship or it's another apprenticeship program. All they doing is pushing numbers. No, we want to be able to say, we see Andy out on the street and now he has a really wonderful job. Andy now bringing his family in to see us, and or Andy driving down to buy a building or something saying, you know what, I was able to help with that building, or I worked on that roadway. So that's our determination. And I've spoken from day one to any grant cycle I get on. I don't want to be a paper or a certification pusher. I want to push job and job readiness. So I'm going to bring us into that portion, if you don't mind. The Job Readiness Bootcamp is what really brought a lot of our energy together. They noticed that some of the leading edge problems was they didn't have enough of substance. And substance meaning learning how to know to use a hammer, the power tools, so we both identified that. But what can we do? And that's when they had built out the boot camp to bring it along with Awaken. So we became a family of knowing this is the way we're going. But in that, we've sat at tables saying, oh, we need y'all. They need that advanced training. And, if we've asked the trades and stuff, what is missing? And that's one of the things, of course, time management, because, as he said, the YNs are bad on time. And then also being able to be ready for a job. It's one thing for us to teach. But now it's being ready. You don't know that until you actually get into the weeds of things. They think a hammer is this, but the direction of, all of that. So I feel like that's where we're really headed. And
I love that.
I'm not going to say we're headed there. We arrived.
Yeah. Already.
You know, we've arrived.
Yeah.
You know, that's the pivot that had to happen.
Because what we do, and some trades kind of frown at us, but what they, as far as being an apprenticeship, but what they fail to realize, and they kind of take the main word out, that's pre-apprenticeship.
Yeah.
And pre-apprenticeship is teaching that person how to read a tape measure, how to swing a hammer.
Teaching them those skills.
Teaching them skills.
Yeah.
So we're not trying to say we're an apprenticeship program. We're a pre-apprenticeship. The ones that don't know what they want to do, but we can give them a direction. And a lot of them that come in, it's like, wow, I never knew this, because their father wasn't there to show them. Not only their father, my sister taught me a lot of construction. You know, I was 11, and my sister worked on my parents' house a lot. So it wasn't no man, it was my sister, and I keyed in on that. Then I went on and learned a lot more than, you know, I mean, just piled on. But we're not trying to step on no union or apprenticeship programs. We're doing our own thing. We're getting these young men out here that think selling weed or crack or, you know, doing that hustle is the way to go. But when you can show them, this is the way I did it, this is the way we doing it.
It's the leading edge.
This is the leading edge. You're not college material, but you can be a construction worker that makes just as much money.
Absolutely.
So
I have a question. I asked this question. Don't fire me. Don't fire me, okay?
Drum roll.
Listen, I asked this question in one of the other podcasts. A lot of times you're at the table, and all of you have been at the table, but you're really at the table. And you see so many other programs getting the money, but not doing the work, not making the difference, and just really, you know, full of crap, in the nice way to say it. What are things that they can do to really just help students build their confidence? Some of the things that, you know, you all have done, because I've seen the difference in people who have been in other programs and then they've been in your program. And there's a huge difference of the confidence that they walk away with, the knowledge, and just the excitement. We saw it at graduation. Students talking about, well, I tried this other program, it didn't really work for me. Then they came to the Awaken Foundation and their family. So what are some things that you guys take pride in? And you've already mentioned a lot of them, but what are things that you take pride in that other programs you just really should hone in and focus on?
I think you said it best, sitting at the table and building relationships with others that are outside, that are believing in what you're doing. I have to say, the workforce, they've been really good at helping us. Hire 360, they've been good. Tollway has been really good. But sitting at the table, and they allow me to explain who I am. I'm able to tell them what I'm looking for. Am I always right? No. But if I get on the bike and I get scratched up a little bit and get back on, they still there to be able to say, you know what, okay, that didn't work. But to be able to believe in what we're doing, I think that's one of the things. We homegrown.
That's it.
We homegrown.
Oh my goodness.
We homegrown. It might not be to where we know everybody at the grocery store like we used to, but we probably know their grandmother, or we know their great granny, or so being homegrown, I feel like helps you tell the story.
Exactly.
And then if them good people over there. We done heard that a lot, like them good people over there. But taking those good people and us taking what we know and being able to place it in the hands of our students. So I think that's what makes us different. But being homegrown and being able to speak to what we're doing. You know, being able to say, you know what, if I can't help you here, I'm going to go find somebody else that's able to help you. You know, so, and I think that's what brought us together. That's what kind of gave us that wheelhouse and roundhouse, and I really feel like that's what happened. But I do want to give a shout out to Johnny, because he was the baddest engineer that was at Swedish American Hospital. It was told. It's on record. It was told. So, you know, that was another one of his building blocks that he had, you know, to be able to know, you know, you call somebody and you know that the work is going to be done. But also, I'm going to put this out here. All three of us have even identified this. You can have good work, but people take advantage of your good work. You know, everybody doesn't appreciate what you do, and they try to utilize you in the wrong way. So I feel like we probably all have learned the word no in a capacity of letting it be in a complete sentence.
No explanation needed.
When no is a complete sentence. Yes.
With no explanation needed.
So I want to jump on this because you opened up the door. The reason we got together outside of her father is we were told no with another program, what we wanted to do, right? We wanted to teach the students. They needed more hands-on. We wanted to get them in the homes and work on them because that's the way you learn, not only in books, but you got to have hands-on.
Absolutely.
So we had a plan, and we went to our previous boss, and we told him about it. Miss Jurea, we got with her. So we was sat at the table.
Yeah.
Everything was working out fine, right? It got back that the other employer that we was on, the other school, didn't want us to do it. So they let us go. Well, let her go. They ain't let me go.
Well, we're a team.
Exactly.
But they let her.
You watch with me.
Y'all team in real life.
I was like, she did what? She did what? Then I guess I got to go too.
Yeah.
But and in her daddy's voice is, "Oh, don't worry about it, Johnny. Go and talk to my daughter. We got. She gonna set you up. So we took it over, Jurea, and like, I love it. Let's do it. And I'm telling you, ever since then, it's just been doing this. And she don't hold us back. We come to her with an idea. She's like, hey, I love it. Give me some more information. We get her that information. It's like, I trust you.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Miss Carolyn, you talked a lot about it earlier. Where it seems like you all are able to walk in your purpose together. Walk in your purpose together. How does that feel?
It feels wonderful.
Yeah.
It does because I like the fact that Awaken brings all the educational portion to it. You know, the whole classroom, and then Job Ready Construction Bootcamp goes into our shop and brings all the hands-on. So our staff out at the shop build relationships with the students too, while we're inside, building relationships on the educational side. So they both fit hand in hand. They really do.
Love that.
Yeah.
So what's scary to me, and I won't say scary.
You say it's scary.
And then let me correct that.
Yeah.
What's exciting to me is I was shown our purpose.
That's a gift.
Very much so. And it was a gift of life
Yeah.
that showed me that this was our purpose. Because 6 years, 7 years ago, 6 years ago, I had a massive heart attack. And I coded. I died. And while I was gone, God showed me and told me what he wanted me to do. And it was, I'm going to bring you back, but this is what I want you to do. I want you to teach young people your gifts. And in return, I'll give you life again.
Wow.
So meeting up with Miss Jurea, and let me back. Going with the other company that I was with, it showed me different.
It had its purpose.
I think those give us our stepping stone. It really does. It gives.
Because I even thanked her. I think God used you, and my purpose is here. It's done. So I'm okay with it.
Right.
But because you brought us.
And what was so freaky about it was the things that he showed me. I saw it.
Wow.
It's like I was standing on the steps,
Yeah.
and I was looking at our classroom. And when I stood on the steps at that classroom, I saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, this is real.
Man.
Yeah.
So that's why I say I'm a very spiritual person, and I listen. I even feel the little, what they call it,
Hairs on the back.
hairs on the back. Yeah, it stands up if something's not right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's.
And I will say, Carolyn does that for us too. If it really don't feel right, she gonna tell us.
Yeah.
Y'all nah. It's very rare, but she mean it, and you got to really hone into it because it's for real. Then
But that's good.
It is. So
you
everybody
listen
has
to
their
your
own
people.
discernment, and then we all have our different discernment.
Yeah.
So I feel like everybody brings something different to the table. And I think too, it has allowed us to grow because we're in Freeport too. We're in DeKalb, and Freeport, the relationship there, he's been, they've been wonderful. But I feel like now it's going to be a bigger impact of different areas that we touch down in. So I feel like and it's not, how you can be on a team and then there's that one person who, I don't feel like we have nobody right now, like, that. Everybody, we can all come in the room and laugh, talk, and then go do our own thing, and I feel like that speaks volumes when you feel good about going to work.
Yeah, because most people don't.
A lot of people
you feel
much laughter.
Yeah.
We laugh all the time, so it makes it feel good to be there because day one soon you walk in, I say, good morning, Jurea. We laugh about something and it goes the whole day. So I love that part too.
Let's take a switch. Let's ask some fun questions. Okay. So who stays the calmest when things feel like they're going a different direction?
Me. Me.
Carolyn. Okay.
Because I'm off the chain. I ain't lying.
And I'll be right behind them. Who did what? So, and then she's the calm of the storm.
Yeah.
Calm of the storm. And then we'll both go, I was like, I really did think about that last night.
Yeah, you was right.
But she calms us before we react. We might react in the back.
Yeah.
Nobody will know it.
Yeah.
But she is that.
Okay. I gotta, as we say, YN question. Who's the crash out of the team?
What do you mean to crash out?
Like, who's the person that's not the calmest, or sometimes is more serious?
As I look at you too.
Yeah,
I would have to say me and Miss J split that.
Yeah, we probably split that. We probably
Okay.
split our crash outs. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's always late? Oh, Miss Carolyn. Oh.
And she tried to blame me, but it's her. It's you.
It's me.
It's you.
I saw you driving today.
And we were late.
I think we was all late. Just a couple minutes.
And I was riding with her.
But I might be late.
But you gonna be
Gonna
there.
be on
She gonna bring what she needs.
She'll get the job done.
Yeah.
Who would you say is the funniest without trying? Oh yeah, we done seen you in action.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Oh
yes,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah. You be like, where'd that come from?
It's unexpected. It's unexpected.
Yes.
And see, what they fail to realize is they're funny. That's what makes me funny.
Oh, he said we give them
Because they
we
give me.
him material.
Yeah.
Y'all the one give me the material. Yeah, we do.
Who do you think gives the best advice?
See, I'm back to, I got to split it with both of these.
That might be between all of y'all.
I think everybody give different.
Yeah.
I think everybody brings something. That's a hard one for us.
Yeah, okay,
because
we
we
can
all,
split that.
we all
Yeah.
can split
We'll
that
split
one.
In a different
In different
capacity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like if it's something shop related or something like that, we know who we all each know who to go to.
Very true.
What are some of your favorite moments over the years of working with each other, working with students? That's a good one.
For me, I really do love graduation.
Yeah. Great. Oh,
I
such
do.
a
That's
beautiful
one
time.
of my favorites.
Yeah.
To see the students because they glow that day, and the words of encouragement that they receive before they leave, and the high that they be on. It makes their whole journey, give it purpose at the graduation. So
I got a different one. I feel like now, seeing all these reels from the shop, I feel like shop has taken a big turn. Them walking in and they don't talk after they get in shop. They don't talk to me and Carolyn no more. It's all they Johnny didn't help build bathrooms over the phone. So I really feel like shop. I think shop really changes them. So that's where we really next year. We're going to have a state-of-the-art shop. Just watch us. Watch us. It's here.
Yeah.
But I think shop really does. Graduation does it. Yeah. But when I I just seen a reel the other day that blew me out of the water. You know, they're in there and they're but they're helping each other. You know, like one making a reel for the other, and you know, they putting songs to it. The one said, "My daughter would help me, but I figured this out." You know, so I think it gives them a lot of feel good moment. And then another one, I'm gonna say, me and Carolyn going into meetings and making relationships with people and talking the language of what's necessary for Awaken and Job Readiness Bootcamp. I feel like that has been one of the biggest growth. Shout out to Michaela Harris at the City of Rockford. She really, I feel like her and then some of the other groups that we've sat out really. We starting to see them believe in us, like really
That's
believe.
big.
Yeah, it is. You know, Maurice West. You know, just really believing in us and behind us. You know, like you need me, call me, but a real call, not just you
know
need
how
me.
people be.
You need me, and then we do call, and they don't even answer.
Exactly.
But you need me, call me. You know, so.
But Jurea is pretty persistent on being at the table too.
Yeah.
You know, and that goes a long way too, because like, okay, we haven't heard anything. Let's call and get a meeting. So we have to keep we keep on. She's good with follow up. She really is.
Yeah.
So
good.
that
That's
keeps
good.
us moving forward.
Well,
too.
I think too. We've been all promised a lot before.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna do this for you, and my father used to always say, don't identify the problem, let's identify the solution. You know, so if we can identify that, we know that the problem is there, but what's the solution for them? You know, we got the governor bringing in all this funding, but we need that full circle. So now I'm gonna bring us into jobs and job placement. You know, we can't keep. I was at a meeting last week, and I came back to Carolyn and April Prunty was in the same meeting, and I left there. You know how you can go in a meeting, okay, what was I here for?
Yeah.
All means necessary. We got to do everything necessary to get to the end goal. And I think that's any business, right? You got to do what you need to get to the end goal, because nobody's here to save us.
That is true.
You know, and I think that's why we've come together. Nobody here to save us. We gonna save us to be able to save these students. So that's our purpose. And I get asked that a lot of, why are you doing this? I want to see fulfillment in Rockford. That's home to us.
I'm going to say
So if
back
I
to
can,
being Rockford native.
you know, I want to be able to. We see that our names are getting better and better, but now we want greater and greater and greater. But we got to change how we speak. You know, if we always saying we looking so and so doing this, or no, what are you doing? What you bringing to the table to make this more strategic? We hear a lot of complaints, but what are we doing? And especially in the Black and Brown community, what are we doing? You know, we don't always have to be in survival mode.
Right.
Yes.
And my thing is, I know we was promised 40 acres and a mule, but just give us a couple of lots and some funding, and we're gonna put some houses. We're gonna put some houses.
Put some houses on there. You know, we're gonna put some houses on there, and I think that's it. You know, we need to look at a plan, and I think that's what is the 5-year plan, but fitting into what the city is doing. What are we doing as a city? We know the railroad's getting ready to come here. We know that there's a lot of things that are getting ready, but let's collaborate together. You know, it's one thing for us to talk about it, but let's all collaborate together. You know, we, Zion, you know, they have their portion of being able to build out the solar portion. We know our lane. We ain't trying to go in nobody else's lane. We want to just fit where we are and train what we need to train. And I think that's where we really have that energy. But it all goes back to, we're from here. We're from Rockford. This is home to us. And that's the build out.
And our plan includes getting our young people's jobs. We have that plan. We just have to have somebody to say, come on board. We're on board with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because people say they want to help you, but when you come for the help, then they give you hoops. And more hoops.
I think we all good hula. We can turn a hula. We can twirl a hula. Double dutch. We can play double dutch. You know, we didn't. And I mean, this is just real talk. It's nothing. You know, it's just it's us just being real of things that's happened to be able to build the table. But one thing is, we haven't stopped building.
Nope.
That's a good thing.
We not, we have to say the three of us.
Got our foundation.
We got our foundation. We a year in this month. Actually, this month.
It's only been a
This
year.
month.
Yeah.
I know it seemed longer, but we a year in. We a year in.
That went by
So
quick. It seems so much longer.
yeah.
Planted
So
a lot of seeds in
Yeah.
this 1 year.
Yeah.
We did.
yeah. And I have to say too, the podcast portion of us not sitting at the table and being in rooms like giving out I think this has been a game changer for us in so many ways, and I think this will be able to be a better push for young people because that's what they do. They look at reels all day long. Social media is what catches them. We learned that when you did the analytics the other day. We look at our numbers, and as Carolyn said, numbers don't lie.
Man, those numbers were some nice numbers. Those numbers didn't lie.
Numbers don't lie. Wait a minute. So so we're doing something correct. We're doing something right. So
even two things. One, I love that you guys say homegrown and Rockford grown because so many times people are telling you that in order for you to succeed, you have to leave Rockford. And you all took it up on yourself to build your own solution, help build your community and keep it here in Rockford. So kudos to y'all because one, that's amazing. And then specifically with you, Jurea, man, kudos to you for letting us run with this idea because we come with ideas and I know you all have ideas, but you have an openness to you of, okay, let's try it out. Let's try it out. Let's see how it's going to go.
She really does.
Yeah, and everybody isn't like that. You have so many other people who are like, no, that's not going to work. Or let's stick to the old way that works. But you're so open, even with the ideas, with the he builds, with the she builds, even at he builds. The young man that was there and like how you guys just kind of, I don't even know, gathered around him and poured into him. That was a real moment. So you got, it was such a real moment.
And like, he was just lost.
Man, but the way,
and the way everybody just went and rallied around him.
Oh my goodness.
It was amazing. And then She Builds.
She Builds was real too.
Deep.
She Builds was real from the moment that the speakers hit the mic.
There was so much going on in the world right then too, for women. And
gosh.
That's another thing that I would like to even stress. Like right now in the world, there's so much going on for us in these different spaces to where I had to reorganize one of my certifications that it couldn't speak to just women being in the room. And, it's like they're trying to silence us as for who we are. But we've arrived now. You can't, those are doors you can't shut. And we even say that with some of the things that are going on as far as high school students. Everybody, I wish that we could get to where those that look like us in the high schools, they're not all wanting to go to college. But how do we get the Army and the Navy can go in there? Let us in. Let us in and talk to our people. Let us in because that's the relationships that go back to when Johnny was saying about my father. I have so many people tell me, you know what, I would just go stay there. I would buy something, but I wanted to sit and talk to him because he gave me what I needed to make it into the world. Well, that's what we looking to do it's young people in there that have been in our summer program, and we had one. He was walking. We didn't know. Almost 2 miles.
And 2 miles,
and it was hot.
It was like 100 degrees hot. And he would walk and didn't say anything to us about it.
We learned that last couple of days at the graduation that he had been, and then something happened. His mom was able to take him, but he was dedicated and stayed after. He would stay after for the evening portion of the class, but was dedicated. So we making some impact.
Absolutely.
So let's just be able to continue because his goal was, I'm only a sophomore, but what I really want to do is continue to do. Can I come back next summer? So those are relationships that we've found out that we need to continue to build it. Who gonna build our roads if we don't? Who gonna build these houses if we don't start?
How are we gonna get people that look like us along the roadways and on construction sites if we're not out here pushing?
Because if you ride around town, like in the summertime, you ride around town and they have all these little construction companies doing things. Ain't a lot of
It's
us
not
on
a
there.
lot.
Yeah.
Ain't a
We
lot
could
of us
probably
on
count it on our hands.
Yeah.
Really, we really could,
Yeah.
you know.
And
And
it's-
it's not to shake up anybody.
No.
It's just to say, you
It's
know
just
what?
like-
We're human too.
Yep.
Yeah.
We
Yep.
human, you
and
know.
all they're asking is for a
A
chance.
chance.
Exactly.
You know,
A
you can't
chance.
be somebody if somebody don't give you a chance.
Yeah.
And we've always
Yeah.
got students that shine in our class that we know would be great to someone, you know,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
we be wanting to get them to because they show it naturally that they'll be good
Yeah,
with it.
and that's the part of JRCB, Job Ready Construction Bootcamp, is we look at who shines in the class.
Yeah.
I mean, attendance-wise, performance-wise, participation-wise, attitude, all of that.
Academic-wise,
And
yeah,
we'll
all
take
that.
those and groom them
Yeah.
for the
good.
construction or for another
Yeah.
job.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, we
Yeah.
take them to that next level.
Yeah.
And that's all they need
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
somebody
That's
to
wonderful.
believe in them,
Yeah.
you know.
I want to speak to one historical moment before we wrap up. You talk about getting into the schools. Your organization had a major moment in the schools. You know, Quentin and Dominique really worked hard with the team to get the first signing,
Yeah.
the first trades signing
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
you all had
Yeah.
at Guilford High School.
Yeah.
How did that feel?
It was good.
That was big.
It was
Oh,
good.
that was wonderful.
It was good. I wish a lot more could see the value in
Yeah.
that, because those young people, if we could get them at that very beginning of
Yeah.
the junior and senior year and be able to do something with them, I think that's huge, because what I've learned is we gravitate to who we know and what we look like.
Yeah.
I mean, it just is what it is. It's natural for us, you know. And if I feel comfortable with something, that's where I'm going back to.
Yeah.
It's like your favorite meal.
Yeah.
If the meal
Yeah.
was good, we going back to that
Yeah.
restaurant because it was good. The same thing I think happened with us over our summer programs.
Yeah.
It was something that Quentin and Dominique had been doing and talking it up and doing what was necessary, and we got it. But then after, everybody else was like, well, why my kid didn't have, well, your school didn't open that door, you know. So
Exactly.
we only can go where
Yeah.
we are allowed at. And I have to say that Carter, their principal,
Yeah.
he gave us opportunity.
Yeah.
And he said if we would have maybe caught him 5 years later, he probably wouldn't even done it. But now he knows that there's a need.
Yeah.
He said that, you know, he said that
Yeah.
out of his mouth at graduation. He said, and I'm not ashamed to say it.
Wow.
So
That's
we
growth.
know our kids, like it's just like you with your
Yeah.
son. You know, we all know our kids and we
Yeah.
know what they're able
Yeah.
to do and where they're
Exactly.
going. A lot of parents, if we identified and sat down and talked to them, they would know that this is the program for them,
Yes.
or a program that they need that.
Yeah.
You know, balance. That's why a lot of people keep their kids in sports.
Yeah.
It gives them that balance.
Exactly.
Yeah, a lot of people, that's why they work out. It gives them that balance.
That's true.
So I'm going to say a lot more young people need us after high school.
Absolutely.
And it might be, okay, I got this, but now I'm going to go to college for project management.
Yeah.
We don't know
Yeah.
what we
We
don't
don't.
know.
Right,
You know,
right,
if you're
right.
not coming from a generation that went to college,
Yeah, you
you
don't
don't know.
Right.
Somebody just
Exactly.
putting you into something because your counselor said, and nothing against counselors, but they said, but really they don't even know you good with your hands.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
you can hold a hammer.
Right.
They don't know that you built daddy's garage or
Right.
helped out in the
Right.
garage, or
Exactly.
on the weekends you was holding a motor for, you know, those are the things we know because that's where we came
Yeah.
from,
Exactly.
you know.
And you know,
so,
the time is really now for trades because a lot of our baby boomers are retiring.
Yes.
So I feel that after a while, the doors are going to open in the unions
Yeah.
for students because they're going to be needing them
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
with the mass baby boomers retiring.
Yeah.
And another thing I wanted to say is one of my exciting moments is to walk in and see women in the class.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
Oh, yes.
women in trades
Yes.
will bring something.
Yeah.
We really do. So
Yeah.
I'd be glad to see young ladies
I agree.
come and sign
I
up
agree
for it.
Yeah.
100%.
I got one in particular right now in my night class that she shines.
Oh, yeah.
He said
She
that
shot.
the other day she's going to be good for someone.
Yeah.
I love that.
She can use a saw better than any of the guys, days and nights.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, yeah. And but if you sit back and you look at her and you talk to her, you wouldn't think
Yeah.
she was gonna jump out.
Cause she's still girly.
She's still girly.
She's still girly. But she gonna come with her hard hat. I know exactly what you're talking
Yeah.
about now. She gonna come with her hard hat and her boots and everything on.
gonna be
But she gonna work that saw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
love
one of the
that.
guys in there, I'm like, go ahead and cut. I don't want to cut. I don't want to cut.
Yeah.
And she just rushed over there and grabbed it, and she went on and cut it. You know what he said? You go, girl. I'm like, what? No, you go, boy.
Like, what? No. Get on out of here.
Take him out the game, coach. Take him out the game.
You done. You done. You
Game
done.
over. Yeah.
But the one thing I would say about the students, they did come to me, a couple of different ones, and said that if they could learn, if their teachers taught the way we taught,
Make a difference.
Oh, yeah.
make a difference.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
I totally agree. I have to really agree with that. I do miss teaching, because I think too, we teach it at a capacity to where if you don't get it, I'm gonna sit with you so you can get it.
That makes a
You
difference.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And a lot of places they don't have time, but that's why it's called pre.
Yeah.
That's why it's called pre.
You make the time.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
making the time to be able to get them to understand
Yeah.
it. And it might be just like Johnny's saying, they might have the book work down, but never used a drill, a hammer, or anything. So then that's that advanced portion. That's that hands-on.
Yeah.
So I have to agree with that.
Yeah.
We are people that like to use our hands.
Yep.
That's a good thing. I want to take a moment and I want to thank all of you for coming out today.
Yes.
This has been amazing. It has been so in depth, so much
has.
information. Do you have any last words of wisdom that y'all want to give the viewers? Say to any of them.
You can start.
The Fergusons can go first.
Boop, boop, boop.
Miss Ferguson.
What you want to give them, huh?
Send your students, send your kids, send your young adults. If y'all know anybody that want to have a change in life or learn something or just be around positive people, just come on to us,
Yeah, and come to me. No.
Come to Jesus.
Look, I'm going to put a little mix in there. We're going to be in the mix in 2026.
It's a mix.
That's it. I just feel like, we are ready. Our capacity, we're growing.
Yeah.
I feel like going into this next year, our plan is going to be different, but we'll be able to have a lot more jobs going into 2026. Yeah. Our vision has grown.
That's a good thing.
That's our goal.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So,
well, thank y'all for coming out. This has been amazing. I'm so excited to have all three of y'all here at the same time. This has been great.
Yeah, Johnny, you're here.
Yes. Either way, you made it.
He made it.
And we want to thank our viewers and our listeners for sticking with us. Tune in for more reels, more episodes, and we'll see you on the next one.
Thanks for spending time with us here on Awaken, Building Bridges, Bridging the Gap. We hope today's conversation inspired you and gave you a new perspective on trades and the people behind them.
And before we wrap up, we want to thank our sponsors for truly making this possible. We'd like to thank CEJA, leading the way in clean energy opportunities, Climate Works, powering careers in sustainability, and the Illinois Tollway for investing in infrastructure and workforce pathways. Their support allows us to keep these conversations going and speak to viewers like you.
Until next time, keep building purpose through the trades.
And keep building bridges in your own community.